this is your boy Oscino, fly back with another review, and this time we are doing a classic review. I'm actually surprised I haven't done this sooner, but since it's the 15-year anniversary, we're doing it. We are talking about Lupe Fiasco's Food and Liquor. This is his first album. This is basically the album that, in my opinion, put him on the map. This is the one that's exactly produced by Jay-Z, which got Jay-Z calling him a genius, where like he was on the XXL cover, he and Twister was giving him high praises. If y'all don't know by now, Lupe Fiasco is my favorite rapper. He's in my top 5 of all rappers. He probably, sooner or later he's going to get to number 1, but he's definitely number 3. I had all of Lupe Fiasco stuff. Anytime he drops stuff, it comes out, I'm on it, I'm listening to it, I'm vibing it. If you go to any of his old mixtape songs, I'm probably there somewhere, just talking about how crazy his lyrical prowess is and like how much of a dope artist he is. And that's from cause I've had this same account for the longest. Obviously, Food and Liquor is a very special album to me. To me, he's a very special artist to me. I remember when I had an iPod. Yes, back then I had an iPod. 250 gigs by it, even then. I used to just, anywhere I would go, if I was because I was in the Navy then, if I was going somewhere, or if I was even if I was taking a long walk, or if I was doing some work, I would put his song on, and then put it on shuffle. Whatever song he done put on, I would listen to it. I can tell you, he's probably, out of all rappers, his stuff is probably the stuff I know don't like the most, verbatim, to the point. And that's what Food and Liquor. Once I listened to it while I was mowing the lawn, that's what Food and Liquor did to me. I was sitting here and I was mouthing all of the words. It went back to that time where I would just sit there and listen to his music and just vibe it out. To me, he just does no wrong. Real, it still hits. I might, y'all might just see me gush over this album because I love Food and Liquor, obviously. So, but some of these songs, it really do hit. Even as an adult now, it still hits. Real, he has one of my favorite songs. Struggle is another sign that God's love him. Struggle is another sign that God loves you, cause on the low, being poor makes you humble. This is Just Might Be Okay with Gemini. This is the first time I heard Gemini, and I didn't even know he rapped. This the first time I heard Gemini was on here, and he was singing on here. This is a feel-good song. It's just even though you go through your struggles, you just might be okay. The sun gonna shine on this day. He is Cornell Westside, Shottown Rivera. Kick Push, I already know about Kick Push. Kick Push, you know the funny thing about Kick Push is that I was watching 106 Park and they premiered this, and not a lot of people was fucking with it at first, and then it caught on. But Kick Push to me has one of the best instrumentals during that generation. You cannot lie to me that song is just that beat, it just grabs you. That's why he lets that joint breathe, because that beat is just hard, and you would think coming out of that Filipino woman sample is just it's just such a good song. And then you got I Got You with Pharrell, and I tell you, and I always say this with Pharrell, if you can't make a hit with Pharrell, I don't know what type of artist you are. I Got You, I think this one caught on more than Kick Push. Now Kick Push is obviously Kick Push, and everybody loves Kick Push, but to me, I feel what people respected his lyricism and his pen, because Kick Push, to me, a lot of people, if I'm correct, it was a skateboarder song. A lot of people use skate, and he was skateboarding in his joint, but a lot of people looked at it as a skateboard. With side note, and this is a little mini rant, this nigga was skateboarding before Lil Wayne, and this is during the time where Wayne was running everything, and anything Wayne did, people copied. Now, this is not knocking Wayne, but when Lupe, I remember when Lupe was skateboarding, like niggas was calling Lane, it was corny and all that other stuff. But soon as Lil Wayne was doing skateboarding shit, like everybody wanted to fucking skateboard, everybody wanted to wear bathing apes, and everybody wanted to be a rock star and all that other stuff. So, and it was just like, it showed that how fickle that some people can be. It was just like, the same people who was calling Lupe corny for fucking skateboarding is now rocking it. It threw me off. But back to Lupe. He say, she say. Say that 3 times. He say, she say. He say, she say is always will be one of my top songs on here. Even though I have a father, but the stories about this, even though he basically is the first verse and the second verse is the same, but it's still some passion in this. Like, basically the mother and the child is like telling the father, I just want you in my life. To me, like this song, because I always appreciate my father in my life. So like hearing he say, she say, hearing he say, she say, I don't know why I slur the words. Hearing he say, she say, it makes me appreciate my father in my life. Because like, to me, my father's like one of the greatest people of my time, in my lifetime. And also Sunshine. It's a different type of love song. It's just like, actually it's not even a love song. It's just like he sees this girl and he's complimenting her, and at the end of the song it's just like, yo, just leave me your number. It's just, you're beautiful. It's like, basically to me Sunshine is just, hey, you're beautiful. Like, can I have your number? That's Sunshine. Like, at least to me, that's how it is. Like, basically it's like, fresh to death she is. From a step to a step she is, so death might not let me live. Forget fresh, yes she is. Like, the whole thing is like he's preparing to get to her, and then like at the end of the third verse he's like, hey man, trillions numbers of the world, leave me a few, delete to you. Which is basically it. And Daydreaming. I believe Daydreaming is the one that got him the Grammy, because he is a Grammy award winning artist, and it's with the lovely Jill Scott. And she sounds so good on here, but the way Lupe raps on it, especially in the second verse where he's talking about like all the rap stereotypes. Come on everybody, let's make cocaine cool. We need a few more half-naked women in the pool. And it's just like everything that they was putting in the rap videos, the champagne, like look as hard as you can with the blunt in your hand. But then it's just like, wait, not too loud, the baby's. I wonder what he's thinking about. It's just like, is this what we got to me, the way I decipher this, it's just like, cause the baby, I feel like it's the youth looking at the TV. Is this what our youth is looking up to? This what we depict ourselves on TV, basically seeing us acting a fool, or just the stereotypical rap, I got money, I got bitches, I got cars. It's like, are we more than that? Or this is all we gonna see? The Cool. Now, obviously, his second album, The Cool, is basically came from this song. And this one, you have to really appreciate Lupe's storytelling, because it's basically about Michael, basically a gangster, basically a gangster. He got shot and killed, and you know, if you listen to this Cool, it basically explains that story. He comes back to life, basically digs his way out the joint, and then he goes back, and it's just like, you know, the people that robbed him with the same gun, it's just like hustle to death, ain't no heaven for the gangsters. Like, this is what I mean. Like, I basically know these songs by verbatim. Like, if I could just throw out a lyric. And The Cool is probably one of, in my opinion, one of the pinnacles of storytelling. It's not super lyrical, even though he's a super lyrical, but it's just like the story he paints in here, like, I can envision it. Like, I've always wanted a music video for this. So, Hurt Me So, that is, to me, and this is gonna be hard to do. If I ever do a top 5 Lupe songs, Hurt Me So is gonna be one of them. Hurt Me So, every time I listen to this, whenever it comes on, I don't skip this song. The stuff that he talks about is so personal. I connect with this one. Like the story he tells it, like how he used to hate hip hop until like Too Short made him laugh. Omitting the word bitch, cursing I wouldn't say it, me and dog couldn't relate until a bitch I dated. Like, I was like that too. It's like, I don't like calling women bitches until like you meet someone that just brings it out of you. So I've always thought that was a funny line. I don't know if it's meant to be funny, but it's just like that one I relate to. Pressure. Just Jay-Z. Jay-Z, to me, I always feel like if Jay is on your track, he's going to try to out-rap you. But Lupe definitely holds his own with Jay-Z. But I feel like a lot of people are going to remember Jay-Z's verse over Lupe, even though he has a lot of double and triple, quadruple entendres in here. And then Jay will throw his entendres in there that is just like, I can do it too. I feel like both of these, man, like make this song. Like the pen, especially Jay's with the pen is mightier than the sword, my lord, and that whole scheme about that. If you force my hand, I'm gonna force to draw. Like, that's a bar in itself. Most people, it takes a while to get that. If you are an avid, like I said, if you catch bars easily, you do that. American Terrorist, you could, like, it's funny as a black man, and the whole thing with, you know, Donald Trump becoming the president, and there's like, you see these people, like, as a black man, you see people with the MAGA hats. It's just like, we're worried about terrorists about over the seas, but what about the terrorists that's fucking with people now? Like it, songs like this, I feel like if you listen to American Terrorist, it will hit now. Especially the way shit's been going on, especially since the last president. I won't get too political with it, but you know, the things that happened with the last president, with the president, and the stuff that been happened with there, it definitely connects with what is going on right now. And for those who have the deluxe edition, like, I do like the deluxe edition. It has another obvious, and it's funny because it has another song that I will probably put in my top 5, which is theme music to a drive-by. Now this is the deluxe edition. That if most people don't have this, but the songs that are on the deluxe edition are songs that basically came from his mixtapes, or in my opinion, they were on older songs, but he just put them on here. So, theme music to a drive-by, Tilted, Carrera Lou, and What It Do. Theme music to the drive-by is like, it's going to be in my top 5 song. Hurt Me So, theme music to the drive-by. Like, if anybody asks me, like, what's one of the dopest lyrics you ever heard, I always quote theme music to the drive-by. When they was on back of a nickel like Monticello, in the underworld, had to be smarter than Donatello, no honor amongst fellows, it's harder than sitting with a blind man and trying to describe yellow. If you break that down, it's just one of those lines where I just like, damn, this man is just so great. And like Carrera Lou, like, I just like the hook. It's just Carrera Lou. I'm about my money, about my paper, about my money, Joe. Overall, y'all already know I'm dubbing this a classic. This is the reason why he's my favorite rapper. This one and the Cool. And I know I might do a classic review with the Cool maybe in a year's time when that hits his 50th anniversary, because I know he's going to do, and I don't know if he's done it already, but I know he was going to do a live performance from this whole album, and I want to make sure I catch that, because as a Lupe fan, I feel like I should catch that. But going back to this, like me going back to this, it made me feel like how I was as a teenager. Like, it made me feel how I was, like, everywhere I go. I used to have his songs on repeat. I used to have his songs on shuffle. And not just this, his mixtapes, all of his other albums. Like, when I tell you, like, I know this man's work from the front to the back, it's just one of those things. There's some of his newer stuff that I don't know off the break like I know this one, but I still give him my, like, credit. Like, he still puts out music and I still listen to it. That's how much I love this artist Lupe. He, like I said, he's one of my favorite rappers of all time. This is definitely an underrated classic. If you are a fan of Lupe Fiasco, what is your favorite song from the Cool? What is your favorite song from Food and Liquor? What does his music do to you? And, like, do you feel like he should be where Drake is? Because I remember, like, the arguments is just like, who is better, Drake or Lil Wayne? Now, Drake is a little bit more pop than, Drake or Lupe. Now Drake is more pop than Lupe, but Lupe, I feel like if it wasn't for the shit he was going through with his record label, because Lupe has a strong fan base. Contrary to the belief, he does have a strong fan base, and people do respect his lyricism. But I feel like the bullshit he went through with Arista, and like the bullshit he went through, like I feel like it just hurt his career so much. I feel like he should be bigger than he is. But I know he's still relevant. I feel like he should always be in your top 5 lyricists of all time. Like, that's how I feel about Lupe. So let me know what y'all think. Till then, my name is Oscino Fly, and I'm out. Peace.
Fancy ass man wear glove of rings, flying around town in a tub of wings. Found out how to make love to fiends. He mixing that fudge with the drug of dreams. She too teenage to have a drug of choice, but she fuck with that Royce like she love Detroit. She rolled. Pharaoh.